Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today we're checking out another Steam Next Fest demo. This one is called The Last Taxi. Let's go to new here.
Hey, name's Buck. Hope you didn't have trouble finding my place. Oh, well now it's your place, I guess.
I guess so.
This quaint little hub was Buck's taxi. But I'm getting too old for other people's problems. Ha! Gotta smooze and prattle. Probably made a few enemies. Sorry, to get this transaction over with, you'll need the tablet paired to the vehicle. It's
Okay.
updated to the latest OS, but I need to delete a few apps. A couple personal ones.
Sure. Personal
While
apps.
I'm deleting, you should get comfortable. There's a little knob on the workstation to adjust how close it sits to the chair. Then use the handles to glide the workstation closer or farther. When it's comfy, rotate the knob back to the lock icon. The control system is pretty much the same in the taxi. The fully upgraded matchy-matchy model. Here you go. Tablet is set to a new user and ready to be dropped onto the workbench. The
Nice.
tablet syncs with your taxi, so each ride, including tips and bills, will load up in this room. This pretty thing is your brand new license, ready to pair with the taxi systems.
Alright. Scan the item by putting it on
I
the
know
right
it seems
side.
odd to move at 2 feet, but the people in charge are a backward paperwork circus.
Press the scan button.
It
I can do
needs a
that.
quick scan. Just move your new license over to the scanner found on the right side of the workbench.
Acquired from Buck Elliott. Learner's license. Analyzed. Install full license privileges onto your tablet. Learner's license can practice their skill with a qualified driver. Are you a qualified driver, Buck?
Congratulations! You have your learner's permit. Now I can legally sell you the business and run through training.
Cool.
You could just figure it out, but we humans ought to stick together.
We oughta.
The bill. And I'm gonna be firm on the price. May seem like a lot, but keep in mind you're getting the place and a reputable turnkey business. Pick up the bank card and tap it to the bill. Payment should happen instantly. Or well, it better. A pleasure. You're now the proud owner of the only customized human-controlled vehicle in Progress Point. Time to start your first shift.
Cool. Let's start our shift.
All right, let's move. You might have an ID, but you still need the test. Let's
Okay.
head to the scrapyard. I'll dump the spare taxi parts. It's a shame I can't sell them to you, but taxi newbies are barred from the off-market stuff.
Okay.
Law says you can only start your route at stops previously visited to prevent you from going to restricted areas.
Okay.
You'll be ticking off stops in no time. It ain't safe out there, but I'm glad someone is still willing to fight the ride.
So console cradle.
Some fresh air.
I feel like I'm gonna move this again.
Testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me in the taxi? Ah,
I can hear you.
technology. I swear, anytime I employ a human coder, it never works. Equal opportunity program always sends me the worst.
I'm gonna move this a little bit close. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, then we can continue. As for the error on the screen, well, I wasn't completely honest.
Oh,
the
really?
Taxi's a messy retrofit, so it pulls energy in unconventional ways. Internal power for the engine, but the instruments are powered by the driver.
Oh,
who's
great.
Usually a bot. In order for a human to drive, you need mods. which is gonna cost a bit more.
Of course.
It's a biochemical energy mod. Just jam it into one of your ears, then the nanos will go to work.
I don't know how I feel about jamming this into one of my ears, but let's do it, I guess.
This part might be a bit uncomfortable. Select which hand gets the vial placement, usually your dominant hand, then place both of your hands on the screen. If you thought that was bad, you should see the process to reverse it. Congratulations, you're a little less human. And when you meet the passengers, what's left of your humanity will go out the door.
Uh-oh.
Your new mod converts blood into compatible energy. Yes, you'll
What?
literally be putting your blood and sweat into this, harnessing bioenergetic adenosine triphosphate systems through radioactive conversion into direct current for the taxi. So I've been told. The first thing needed for the energy mod is replacement vials. They're in the compartment above your head. Grab one and pop it into your glove's empty socket. Good. Now you can watch your life drain. Generally, you'll use one vial a day.
Gross.
Any more and fatigue kicks in. I always got woozy and preferred to stuff my face with kelp wraps.
Man.
But to each their own. Once it's full, just push down the vial to lock it. Controls feed off the energy emitted from your hands. The vial auto-ejects once empty, so be mindful when to pop a new one back in. And now, onto the controls. Wipers clean off water, gunk, and mystery substances from the windshield. It has 2 speeds, but the faster the speed, the more energy consumption.
Got it.
Your hand will fill up the wiper's energy pool, but keep in mind that as long as the wiper is on, the pool will drain until empty. So turn off the wipers when they're not needed to save the juice. It's not easy to stop mid-air, so avoid collisions by honking, and other drivers will speed up. Give it a go. Technology may have progressed, but there's nothing quite as satisfying as mashing buttons to make yourself heard. Now, the 2 upper controls. They're lovingly named some type of marketing mumbo-jumbo that I can never quite remember, so I'll just call them the scanner and the shield.
Okay.
The scanner needs a good flick of the wrist to get the gyro moving. Great! It analyzes your surroundings to point out anything that could help or harm. As you get more advanced controls, it'll point out more things.
Makes sense.
Last one we need to test is the now grab it. And throw it at your windshield for quick protection.
Nice.
The
Okay.
shield will protect from pretty much anything. Collisions, debris, angry automatons, you name it. But it only protects your vehicle.
Makes sense. Not anything else.
Crash into someone, even with the shield on, and you'll be paying their bills.
That makes sense.
Congrats. You're ready for the open flyways as a driver in training. Currently, you're on a learning license. But
Yes,
after
I am.
passing my test, you'll get upgraded to level 1. They
Sweet.
don't let inexperienced drivers tour the rich, so put in the work to get coveted routes. You might have 6 license levels above you, but it just means you have a career ladder to climb.
I totally feel like this guy swindled me, by the way.
Could burn daylight teaching you all the nuances, but let's get to the scrapyard before it closes. Been a while since I've been back here for a ride. It ain't bad. Nice view. Anyways, in order to get your license level numero uno, you need to pass the driver's test. So I'll be your executioner.
Okay.
I mean driving examiner. Just be a cautious driver. The taxi is no good as a pile of scrap. Take a good hit and you'll have to pay for repairs at the end of the shift. Yikes. And as a passenger, I have to say that it does not make for a pleasant ride. But I'm sure you'll do fine. Ah, I've been driving these flyways for as long as I can remember. And I'm still not sure whether I'll miss it when I leave. The taxi business was my dad's, and back then, it seemed like a good business to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will always need to get somewhere, he told me.
It's true.
He was right about that. Except now, the only place worth going requires a rocket. Yeah, Enceladus. It's the brainchild of Elias Tusk, the great business magnate and entrepreneur.
Elias Tusk, of course.
The lucky ones get a one-way Arco rocket ticket to Tusk's amazing colony on Enceladus, a moon orbiting Saturn, which is where I'm heading. Leave this mess of the last city on Earth and try out a fresh start. Everyone is obsessed with his every venture, but for good reason. I can't think of a more smart, humble, and benevolent person. And here I go on about my own life. I'm supposed to be training you. So, in case you haven't figured it out yet, keeping passengers happy by chatting raises their star rating and pads your pockets with tips. But it's not just about making the ride comfortable and safe. With automatons taking over every aspect of life, people are craving human interaction and will blab on and on. So listen to their stories and tell them what they want to hear. My advice is to do whatever it takes to win them over. Hey, you're getting it. Engaging your customers pays off. Sometimes you'll meet a nasty son of a glitch, and your tact will change. Just duck and roll to keep those credits moving. Of course, not everyone has the resources to fly to some far-off moon like me. Some just feel lucky to live in Progress Point. With endless fields of ice and lifeless mountains beyond, I can understand why. But problems arise when you cram the last of humankind into a box. For example, look around. We're in the sub-city. I bet you're not used to all this yet. The Decimal Ridge folks never are. You might feel the government looming, but they're not the real threat. We get hostile forces here like the Reclaimers. And, of course, your run-of-the-mill thieves, bandits, and charlatans. It's an entire political ecosystem. Oh, and sorry to hear you were laid off from your tech job in Decimal Ridge. I've always wanted to be a programmer myself. Thought it always looked like a bit of boring, steady fun. But that's why opportunities like Enceladus are so attractive. Gives everyone a new start. Oh, and just a little advice. Over the course of your career, you're going to meet a lot of different people. Most will be harmless, but some are playing a whole other game. They'll want to use you, or get you to join their cause. Don't get entangled. Let the mysteries leave with the passenger. If you allow yourself to get caught up, well, this city will destroy you. That's why I'm leaving. Once I sell these last items, I'll have all I need to get off this ice rock. You know, I think I'll miss this city. Nothing lets you smell the essence of humanity like driving a taxi. As much of a dingy mess as it is, it felt good knowing all the ins and outs. No matter where I went, it felt like home. Driving's all I know. Don't imagine there's much need for drivers out on one of Saturn's moons. But I'll make my own way. A new world is always looking for willing hands. Hey, sorry again about tricking you with the vile mod and everything. I was worried that if I'd been up front, you'd have backed out. Some people
I would have backed
really
out, actually.
opinionated about the whole body modification thing.
Yeah, I am.
You know,
I'm really
you're not
opinionated
bad.
about it.
It's a shame we didn't meet before my trip off planet. Would have hired you on the spot. Ah, I just remembered. There's one thing left to teach. Reporting criminal passengers. It's required by the Central City Authority, and they'll pay you for any genuine illegals or criminal activity you call in. If you want a proper climb to the top, you'll need to be a rat. Plain and simple. There's recording discs stored in the above compartment.
Great.
A bit bulky, as it's an old. As soon as the disc is picked, it's coded to the current passenger. But in order to properly report someone, you'll need to record damning evidence. When someone says, Chuck's taxi was a front for money laundering, you'll need to pop the card into the slot below your tablet. Once the disc is in, press the button to record evidence. It only does short intervals, so be strategic. Your onboard computer is equipped with a government-issued criminality analyzer. It interprets, reads biometrics, runs stats, and other sciencey junk. The device keeps track of anything recently said, so you can press record even after the criminal act was recently discussed.
Okay.
The faster you record, the better. Still, in the end, it's just a machine. It may give false positives. That's where the human aspect shines. Listen to your passengers closely and trust what you hear, more than what the analyzer says. For example, and get ready, death to all security forces. Press record if you haven't already. If it wasn't a dud disc, a confession or threat would be worth a lot. Good thing it was a lie. Also, since the analyzer can be a bit delayed, you'll get better rewards if you detect a crime before the analyzer does. It's their way of rewarding actively involved, upstanding citizens. So that's it. Congratulations. Your license has now been upgraded to level 1. Congrats.
Beautiful.
It will let you travel anywhere in the sub-city. But there is a lot more city to see, so work hard and you'll soon be driving the bigwigs. Oh, anything you're given, like this license, can just be placed above the tablet. That's everything. The business is yours. If you ever manage to make your way to the Enceladus colony, be sure to look me up.
Cool.
Oh, and try to remember, you're a rare thing, a human driver. We got something those mech buckets will never have. Conversation. When people
It's
talk
true.
to a machine, they know it's all code and trickery. When they talk to you, there's a chance at a real connection. Our last bastion in an autonomous world.
All right, so that was a look at my first shift, it looks like, in The Last Taxi. This is a demo that's available right now on the Steam Next Fest. Check it out. It's available for a few more days. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be back with more content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourselves. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.